Donnie is like magic. Like when he plays music, it's like magic. It has an effect on people. You know, he can affect people with the way he plays and his touch. He has a flawless touch on piano. He just expresses himself very well through the instrument of the piano. And I think every musician wants to get to that point where you disregard, you know, all the technical stuff and you just express yourself. And that's what he does so clearly.
Donnie Heitler, born blind, attended the Jacksonville School for the Blind, and by the time he was in 7th grade, he was playing on stage with adults. Upon graduation, he decided to major in piano performance at Illinois Wesleyan University. He transferred to the U of I to study with Stanley Fletcher and earned his bachelor's degree in music performance and music education. In the late 60s, Heitler moved to New York City, where he had a steady gig at the Waldorf Astoria. But after 5 years, he returned to Champaign. He continued playing venues in CU, as well as booking venues in Las Vegas, Hollywood, San Diego, and Canada. In 2008, he also performed at the 30th Annual Chicago Jazz Festival. He continues to play weekly gigs at Minecci's and the Great Impasta well into his 70s.
My life's been totally connected to music. When I listen to music and I like it, I get goosebumps. You know, I'm thinking of Beethoven's, well, his late piano sonatas. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Why do we enjoy music in the way that we do? Well, I don't know, we just cut it simple. It's just goosebumps. It can make you happy, and it can make you sad. That certainly affects the quality of life. It is a part of life.
Donnie's approach to music is probably different than a lot of people that come up reading music. He told me he would have to learn pieces by Braille, you know, and he also told me that learning music by Braille was a very slow process, and it was much easier to just put a record on and learn it by ear. So Donnie, as a musician, his focus has been on you know, his development of his ear and his listening. You know, I believe that's one of the reasons why he is so different and so spectacular. It's more natural that way.
Just imagine, if you might, a world without, well, you can't imagine it because art is everywhere. The birds. That's the best music there is. I used to play at a resort up in Canada in the summertime, way out in the woods. There was one bird that sang da 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 da, sang, and that's the refrain from Gone with the Wind, the tune Gone with the Wind. A bird sang that.
We went and looked at keyboards at Best Buy, and he's there just playing on this toy keyboard, you know, and it sounds magnificent. You know, whenever he plays, just people sort of gather around. It's like, this guy's making some great music, and he's making it on a toy, you know. And one woman finally said, you know, if I buy the keyboard, does he come with it? You know? So he sort of has the ability of just kind of drawing people in. His music just sort of resonates with people.
Follow your dreams. I asked Count Basie that one time. What would I have expected him to say to me? I don't know what I expected. It was just hearing from Mr. Basie, the man himself. I said, Mr. Basie, we were in the Eli Cafe. You were sitting next to Sarah Vaughan. Honest to God. They were eating down the Elite Cafe. I was a young kid, about 18. I walked up, Mr. Basie, I'm an aspiring musician. What do you think I ought to do? He said, do what you want to do. Well, he's sitting there having breakfast. What else is he going to say?